welcome to STEM is my jam. Today we're going to be working on geodes. We're going to use some household materials that you have around your house to create some really cool crystals. All right, so here's what you're going to need for this experiment. Safety goggles, because you want to make sure nothing gets splashed into your face or into your eyes and to irritate your eyes or to damage them. And you're going to need a hot water kettle to boil some water. You're going to need some containers. You can use a mixing bowl, you can use a glass if you'd like. You're going to need some measuring cups. You're also going to need some food coloring, various colors, or you can just choose one color. You're also going to need something called a solute. Now those are particle matters to help start your crystals growing. You can use Epsom salt, you can use some table salt, baking soda works, you can also use some kosher salt. It's up to you, whatever you have inside your home. You're also going to need some containers to grow your crystals in. So in this case, to make the geode, I'm choosing two types of materials. So I've chosen some seashells from the sea, or if you can't get to the ocean, you could grab a bag at the dollar store for about $1.25. The next item that you can also use is an eggshell. So you want to hollow out the eggshell and you want to peel off the film that's on the inside. Otherwise the crystals won't adhere to the sides of the shell very well. So if you're allergic to eggs, you don't want to use eggs, you can use the seashells or you could use a regular glass container. All right, let's get started. So how do we make this? We want to create something called a supersaturated solution. Now I've started a few right here, but we're going to show you how it's done with the materials on hand. To create a supersaturated solution, you want to have lots of solute, which is the particle matter, like your salts or your baking soda, and you want to have a liquid, which is your solvent. And we want to create a supersaturated, so lots of materials inside of it. And how do I know that I have a supersaturated material? There should be a layer on the bottom of your container when you have poured your material in. So you want to pour in some solute and you want to pour in some solvent material as well. So in this case, I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of solute material, and I'm using the Epsom salts today. And then I'm going to pour in 1/2 cup of boiling water. All right, and then I'm going to grab a stir stick and I'm going to stir this up because you want your solution to start blending and mixing together. You want the hot water to break down the molecules within the salt so that it mixes within. But in order to have a supersaturated material, what that means is you're going to have some little bit of particles at the very bottom. I also want to color my geodes because it will look kind of cool and pretty. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of blue food coloring in this one, and you're going to mix it up again. Funky blue color. All right, so I'm going to show you what this looks like up close. All right, so you can see that you've got some liquid material, so that's our solvent, and you can see on the bottom our particulate matter, that's our solute. So when I mix it, it blends into the liquid, and then once it starts to settle, you'll have that layer on the bottom. That means that you've got a supersaturated solution. So what do I got to do next? All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to pour it into my containers. So for my shells, because they have a little bit of a bottom to it, I like using a pipette. You could also use an eyedropper. And I'm going to soak some of that up and I'm going to squeeze it inside of the shell so that you create a little bit of a pool of the supersaturated material. All right. I'm going to grab the other material. So we've got some kosher salt, we've got some Epsom salts, and we've got some baking soda. I'm going to see how those all turn out. All right. Now, what you can also do if you want to start seeding your geodes, what that means is that you're going to put a few tiny little crystals of the solute. So if you're using table salt, you're going to put a few pieces of salt at the bottom of it. Kosher salt, same thing, put a few pieces at the bottom because it's going to latch onto it and it's going to grow onto those seed particles. If you don't want to do that, that's okay too. It's not necessary. It just might speed it up just a little bit. Okay. Oh, we got a couple more. Then, once you have all of your materials put into your containers, so you've got your solutions inside, what you want to do is you want to let it sit on the counter in direct sunlight if you can. If not, you don't have to. It just will speed it up a little bit. So after about 3 to 5 days, you will start to see some of those geode crystals growing. And I've got some already made here, and I'll give you a chance to see what they look like inside. They're kind of cool and funky. So this is what it looks like inside. So this one was the baking soda, so it did a little bit, but not a ton. This one turned out really cool. Now, wouldn't that look pretty in a nice bowl, in a dish? You could do it for a Mother's Day gift or just to have as decoration around your house. So have fun making your geodes, and we will see you next time. Bye.